Coloring with pigment inks are easier, and coloring the negative spaces gives new look to your stamps, which are very easy with pigment inks. I will also show how to personalize a card with this method. This is Agnes from Agnes Craft. I have listed my supplies in the YouTube description below along with the links where you can buy them online. And there is a good news. From next month, you can buy some of the supplies from my Facebook store too. This is a free digital stamp, Lamp and Quill from Bessie's Place. You can check the link to her blog in the description. She has a good collection of free and payable digital stamps. The thing I love with digital stamps is that they can be zoomed in or out to any size that we need. To start coloring, I use pigment inks and the tool is my finger. Instead, you could use your brush, but this is faster to me than using a brush. I apply grey pigment ink for the quill and to the center of the lamp. I use baby wipes to clean my finger when I shift with colors. For the firelight, I use shades of yellow and orange. I use a light hand whenever I wanted a light shade or color generously when I needed darker. The ink bottle is colored with blue and the lamp base with 2 shades of violet. You can notice that at some parts the ink goes out of my image, but anyhow I'm going to cut the image. For the book, I use moss green shade. I color the base again where I had some uncolored portions left. You can see the colored lamp and quill, very easily made just with pigment inks and finger. I fussy cut the painted image somewhat closer to the outline and has another image which was cut with some space around the image. This is going to be my mask. I take a 3x4 into 5-inch white cardstock, place my mask above it. I hold the mask part with one hand and uses blue pigment ink to stroke around the image. This is such an easy way to color when you need a quick card. I move my holding hand so that the picture doesn't move and allowing myself to color around the image. Now I remove off my mask and you can see the beautiful coloring of the negative space. You can place the colored image to the center and can also give dimension by placing foam tape under it. But because I printed in ordinary printer paper, it won't be good placing a foam tape for dimension. For my next card, I again use a 3x4 into 5-inch white cardstock and has a pre-cut flower image out of cardstock. Here I use a darker yellow pigment ink to stroke around the flower image, being cautious enough not to move the image. Next is the personalized card, where I use an alphabet cutout. This was cut by hand long time before in 300 GSM cardstock, and I used this as a template for my felt stitching. So now this came handy for me. I use moss green ink pad and stroke around similar to the other cards. I also make sure to color the center part of A. You can use the starting alphabet of the person's name to whom you make the card. I have attached the colored cardstock over a 4¼ into 5½ inch white note card with a craft color paper in between. The lamp and quill reminds me of teachers, and so use thank you sentiment and stamped with black ink. Then I write teacher below it. I stick the colored lamp and quill inside the card for some variation using white glue. For the personalized alphabet card, I stick happy birthday sentiment from Shilpi decorative sticker and write Agnes using a black gel pen. This is very easy to personalize as you see. For the flower image, I use clear foil sticker set from Rosie Studio and uses Hello Sunshine which goes across over the flower. Then I add little drops of white glue and paste punch hearts on it. And this finishes the card. I have made a butterfly card also with the same technique. And yet another card just by sticking my used mask. I thought that it was also nice for a card with just how it was left after being used. Thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up if you like this